Nadu put the focus on Tamil Nadu and its love for anti-corruption sentiment. That's reflected both in Tamil movies and in politics in Tamil Nadu now, with the Chief Minister's new anti-corruption drive from the Senapati character in the movie Indian or Hindustani, who cleaned up the system, to Ambi in the Tamil film Anniyan, which came to Hindi as Aparichit, punishing the corrupt, to Ramana, building an anti-corruption force. Tamil cinema has always loved one story: the hero versus corruption. And now, that blockbuster script is playing out in real life. Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister Joseph Vijay, who himself took on corruption on screen in films like Sarkar, Katti and Mersal, is facing his big first political test after a leader from his own party landed in a bribery controversy. The Tamilaga Vettri Kazhagam has expelled Chengalpattu East District Joint Secretary N. Veerasamy after a video surfaced showing him accepting a 1,30,000 rupee bribe from a contractor. Veerasamy, who was also the Mambakam Panchayat Union chairman, has denied the allegations, claiming that the money was a personal loan repayment. But TVK wasted no time, removing him from the party and stripping him of all posts. He was later arrested by the police. The controversy comes barely days after Vijay's fiery anti-corruption speech in Karur, where he urged people to refuse paying bribes and boldly told them, I quote here from Tamil to English translation, if anyone demands a bribe, tell them Vijay is with you, unquote. And that was not just rhetoric. The Vijay government has been rolling out an anti-corruption drive straight out of a movie script. Government offices across Tamil Nadu are now being ordered to prominently display bilingual boards declaring, and I quote here, giving and taking bribes is an offense. Bilingual boards as in Tamil and English. Every board carries a direct DVAC WhatsApp number, so citizens can report corruption instantly. Departments have also been asked to link their websites to the DVAC portal, while inspection teams have been deployed to conduct surprise audits and ensure the rules are actually being followed. But the opposition says the hero has failed his first test. The BJP has accused TVK of preaching honesty while practicing corruption, while the DMK has also questioned the party's clean governance claims. For Vijay, the Chief Minister, the dialogue against corruption has already been delivered. The spotlight is now on whether the action matches the script. We have V. Subramanian, political analyst, now joining us alongside Shekhar Vijay, and political analyst. Thank you both of you for taking time out to be with us. I'm going to begin by asking Mr. V. Subramanian, I'm from Chennai, beg your pardon, and I've grown up on a steady diet of anti-corruption vigilante movies, which so many of them, and they got remade in other languages, did very well. After seeing this story, many in my office, Hindi-speaking ones, they remembered the movie Nayak, which was a remake of the Tamil film Mudalvan, where the one-day chief minister brings about a massive revolution and cuts down corruption to the core. Got to give it to Vijay, isn't it, Mr. V. Subramanian? Points for trying for sure, and even Veerasamy, he has been immediately, without any kind of an investigation, has been thrown out.
Yes, Krishna Kumar, it's indeed a good movement what Vijay is doing now. We have seen in many movies, and people don't want to give money to get the job done. Okay, that is the fundamental principle of people in Tamil Nadu and across India also. But unfortunately, the political parties, they want to take advantage of time and advantage of the position. They have been collecting money in the past. Okay. Now, slowly the things are now stated that no, you don't need to give extra money to get your job done. Okay, that's the message is clear. But unfortunately, what's happening is people who have joined with him in this system, in this Tamilaga Vettri Kazhagam from the other parties, okay, if he would have given this test to them, that you have to prove me that you are coming with the clean sheet, you have not taken money in the past, or you have not given the money in the past, probably that would have given a good different trend in the Tamil Nadu politics. But for the purpose of coming into the power, so you used all those people, like people from ADMK, people from the Communist or VCK and all. They joined. People from Congress, they're forming part of the government. Okay, so I don't know how touching his heart, how we can say that he's going to move the corruption out from the Tamil Nadu government. Okay, but what's going to happen for the cases which are pending now is the DVAC, which has been filed by the whether by DMK or ADMK. So he has to take it fast forward on that. So the welcome move. So we don't deny that. But the problem is, so you cannot take a credit for that.
Okay.
See, being a good citizen of the country, by abiding by the law, it is my fundamental duty. If I'm breaching that, the government has got a right to punish me. Okay, of course, the social media coverage is here today. So he has got a big media fans are following him. So it has been posted in the each and every media platform, whether it is print
Okay.
media or digital media, is having certainly a good advantage of the times.
Okay. I'm going to come back to you, but quickly let me take this on Shekhar Vijay, who's been smiling all through that answer. Shekhar, your first thoughts.
See, Krishna, thank you for having me.
I'm sure you also grew up watching some of those movies I mentioned.
Absolutely. And when you watch those movies and you realize that if it's possible, why not? See, the number one issue in India is obviously corruption. We know about it, we talk about it, we also deal with it. And I think it's 100 marks to Vijay for at least actually talking about it and doing something about it. Now, I think what's really important is, what does he do with this, right? How does he take this forward? How does he build that culture? How does he build a system where you don't have to corrupt anybody in a government office? I think the real test is really going to be, if you or I go to a government office, can we get the work done without paying a single penny? That's going to be important. That's going to be the real test. He's obviously an actor. Optics are looking good. He's making the right statements. He's also trying to walk the talk. But what's also important is what systems are put in place. How are we going to use technology here? How are we going to ensure that there's no corruption at all, 0% corruption? Because now people who are reading his statements, watching his statements, watching what he tells, they're going to react to it symbolically. They're going to wait for the government to make a mistake. They're going to see whether the government will make a mistake, whether they'll stand by what they say. So what's going to be really important here is zero tolerance. What's going to be really important here is what are the checks and balances he's going to have in place, disregarding not worrying about the past, but trying to create a vision for the future. I think that's going to be important for Vijay and his government in terms of how are they going to use technology here? How are they going to make sure that the government is corruption free? And if this happens the way it is, I think it set a benchmark for the states all across India, because every state is working with this. Even India, as we talk about, there's so much of corruption at all levels. And for us, if you want to go to a government office or if you want to get something done, you have to pay money. So corruption is going to be if he's taken a stand towards it and he's making the right noises about it and he's really taking action against it, I think full marks to him.
Okay, I'm going to take this back to Veerasamy, because, one is the bribery and that kind of a corruption that we talk about, daily corruption in public offices, in government offices, which is where this drive is targeted. But Subramaniam, you're talking about an overall morality question when it comes to corruption itself per se, when previously corrupt netas, corrupt politicians end up joining his side. But the fact of the matter is that can happen with any party, not just the TVK. It has happened with the BJP too on so many occasions. That's the reason why, in Bengal, they kept calling it the washing machine party.
No. See, he wants to move away from that culture of washing machine parties, right? So he wants to set a new trend or new narrative in the politics. That is why people are questioning. Okay, so you can be a corrupt-free party. You can have your own cadres, your own karyakartas who are not accepting or who are not giving. But at the same time, to form a party, to form a government, to come into the power, you are taking people who have been practicing or allegedly thought that they have been practicing that they did this corruption practice in the past. So why do you want to take support from them, where people are saying that those people have taken the corruption in the past yet to be proved in the court? That means you are compromising for the purpose of forming the government. See, definitely corruption is bad. Corruption is bad. Okay, we don't agree that people have to give money for getting the work done. So everybody is 100%, everybody is clear. But we are countering the motherhood statement. You know, the truth trims, right? That is our Vaimiye Vellum in Tamil. You know, if you translate that into that. So that is a motherhood statement. So don't give money for your work. That's a motherhood statement. What I'm saying is you are attacking only the grassroots of the people. So what is going to happen at the big industrialists or big companies who are going to come to the any states? Okay, how it is going to be handled? What is the tender policy you are going to frame now? Okay, typically, the techno-commercial evaluation has to be at the tender level. If the company who's not having the good track record in terms of techno-commercial, but they want to start the new business, how are they going to compete with the guy who is in the business for 20 years? So they'll be having some advantage of the money power or muscle power. So how we are going to give people are given, you formed a party 2 years back, but people have given you the mandate to form the government. So you are a startup party. So what is that you are going to do new policies and procedures for the startup companies. So that is why people are looking at it. Every political party talks about corruption, but still it continues. Now there is a change. So this change has to be evidently seen in the implementation. That is what people are expecting.
Okay, fair enough. For Shekhar Vijay, that is a question that TVK will have to answer. One is the fact that absolutely everybody's happy about what he is doing. I know the sentiments of the people of Tamil Nadu when they look at this anti-corruption drive, it's as if if it is all is possible, even if whatever is on cinema, if even 10% of it is converted into real life, it's going to be fantastic. But the larger question, the morality question, you are meant to be the new force that's completely non-corrupt. How do you have those who have been corrupt in the past as part of your fold now?
So like I said earlier, he has to walk the talk. So there should be zero tolerance for corruption, must become zero opportunity for corruption also. The Chief Minister's statement is welcome, but the next step is creating systems where citizens don't have to face the choice of paying a bribe in the first place. Good governance is about prevention and not just punishment. This is a defining leadership moment for Vijay. Every new leader gets one issue that defines their credibility. By taking such a public stand, Vijay has raised expectations for himself. Now we're going to judge him on a very different barometer. The public will not judge him based on speech, but by how quickly complaints acted upon, how does the law and order machinery work, and whether influential people are also held accountable. The real battle is going to be about public trust. Corruption doesn't just drain money; it erodes citizens' faith in democracy. If people can access government services without paying a bribe or knowing somebody influential, I think that is a victory for any government, and that's what every government is actually trying to achieve. History does not.
Can he do the balancing act of having some netas in his fold because he needs the numbers in the assembly, who have been corrupt in the past, but they don't do any corruption in his party for sure, and then he's able to bring down all this public corruption that exists in government offices. That itself is a win, isn't it?
Absolutely, and he's taken quick action. The fact of the matter is he's taken quick action. If he's found somebody corrupt in his party, he's taken quick action. So I think we need to applaud that he is doing something about it. He's making the right noises and he's trying to walk the talk. He also knows he's going to be judged, based on this, and his credibility is at stake here. It's almost like it's like a catch-22 situation for him, but he's doing it, and he wants to put himself on that pedestal where people are going to judge him. And if he comes out, I think it's good for all of us. If he doesn't come out, we also know how good a leader is going to be from here. I think that's going to be important.
Yeah, and another question at this stage, Subramanian, you know how the political system works for the Subramanian. To be in politics, you need all kinds of money, all kinds of support. And then so many of these MLAs who come to power have spent so much money. That's what we say in Tamil Nadu. You spend money to win an election, and once you come to power, you recoup that money and more. That's been the system so far. And it's going to be, and people used to think that it's impossible to break that system. But what if Vijay can?
Now that is not the question for TVK, especially, I think they are not given the money what they used to, the previous political parties used to give. So there is no liability for the people who are the TVK candidates, and now they are sitting in the Assembly, Tamil Nadu Assembly state legislature. So that is not the problem. They all won just because of the one single brand name Vijay. Okay, in some of the constituencies, people don't know the name of the MLA candidate and to whom they have voted. They all voted against the brand name of Vijay. So there is no legacy for people, especially the TVK MLAs now, that they'll have to pay back or recover back the money what they invested in the election campaign. That is not the case for TVK candidates. That's why they are very clear. So they don't need any money from the people. At least they should start with the clean slate now, so they can move forward. And whatever Vijay is saying, Joseph Vijay is saying, if they are going to implement it, they will get a good traction in the upcoming elections, whether it is local assembly, local body elections, or the MP election, which is going to come in 2029. So that is not a problem. Only thing is, whatever they have said in the manifesto, so are they going to fulfill? So now it's very clear that it's very difficult for him to fulfill like 2,500 rupees per family for ladies. He has promised, which he cannot fulfill now because the debt situation in Tamil Nadu, it's like that. And he's just, to me, okay, whatever DMK government has done, he's just going a 360-degree opposite. One is that Parandur, he has taken a 360-degree opposite. Another one is the free bus ride. He changed the name, so he has gone 360-degree opposite. And for Armstrong murder case, so he has handed over the case to the CBI. So previous DMK regime was handling within the Tamil Nadu police. So now he said he don't want to pursue, that is within the state. He has given the case to the story to the CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation, which means he is taking a 360-degree stand. If the case is decided in state favor, he said that no, we have fought and won it against the
Right.
TMK government. If it is lost, they say that no, Modi government has failed us. So then he can play the two cards.
Okay, we're completely out of time, but quick last 10 seconds, Shekhar Vijay.
See, Krishna, history doesn't remember leaders for their strongest speeches. It remembers them for the systems they leave behind. If this marks the beginning of institutional accountability, then this will be remembered not just a viral moment, not just a moment which is spoken about in TV studios. It will also mark the beginning of a governance moment.
Right.
There's almost like feels like a film line, but I hope this really comes out true. I think that's more important.
Okay. It's too many parallels with the film world in this case, starting with the Chief Minister himself. But fascinating discussion. Unfortunately, completely out of time over here. I'm going to thank Shekhar Vijay and V. Subramanian for taking time out to be with us here.